What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is gonna be a little different. I'm not gonna actually be working on the car, but I am gonna be working on the car. I'm gonna be talking to you about what I found out about wiring. Today's video is gonna be mainly about my journey with that, what I'm trying to do to get ready for it, everything that I planned and have been researching for the past couple of days, couple of weeks. I just started to understand it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to wire it myself. All the wiring companies, they're kind of backed up, and so I want to be able to have the car running when I get the engine. You know, like I don't want to have it sitting for like half a year. So this is what we found today. I'm gonna switch the camera and then we'll continue talking. So let's start here. I've been doing a bunch of research in the past weeks, obviously, because I plan to do the beam swap. And these are the sites and resources that I've been going with. I feel like the best resource you could actually have is the Beams 3SGE AE86 group. This is gonna be your quote-unquote Bible to how to wire up your engine, what common issues there are. So the most invaluable resource here, if you haven't joined Beams 3SGE AE86s, do so. And so what my thing is that I'm gonna actually try to wire it myself. Like I said just like a second ago, I want to get it running, and these resources were the ones that were able to help me out the most. SQ Engineering has an overall like how-to page, talks about Beams versus Honda, etc., what gearbox is, fuel system, and what the most important thing on this page, that the only thing I really looked for on this page was this information is really good. The Beams comes with a returnless type fuel delivery, and so that means that it doesn't actually loop. It doesn't loop through the whole like fuel system and have a return line. What it does is it regulates 60 psi to the fuel rail through a external fuel pressure regulator that sits inside the engine bay or somewhere else that regulates that pressure, and so it doesn't need the fuel pressure regulator on the rail itself. What happens is the fuel for 86 is the fuel goes into the rail and then it's regulated as it exits, so it keeps the pressure 60 psi in the rail itself, and then it's like a valve that opens and it lets fuel return to the fuel tank if it exceeds 60 psi. And so what this article does here, if you look at this, it explains the system itself, and then the way that I should have got that out, but if you watch Speed Academy comes up with the Corvette fuel filter that has the 60 psi fuel pressure regulator built in to the system. So you route the pipe, you route the hoses into the fuel filter, and then the fuel filter will self-regulate, and then you don't have to do a return type. You don't have to like put a regulator on the rail and do a return line. So essentially you only need one line all the way from the tank to the rail, and that's it. And I've heard that there are no issues. I have no experience, but people say there are no issues with that. And then let's see, this site right here, Dorikaze, randomly, it's not like a main one for me, but you know what it had that I really needed? This right here. It gave you the blacktop diagram and the pinout, and nowhere else is it listed in. And so this is the only place. Shout out to Sparky, and he posted this because he was bored. So he posted the diagram, wiring diagram, and ECU pinout. So I got that from that, and let's see, I think the pinout is way way more valuable to me because I was looking for the actual, let's see, no wait, not this. Crazy. Oh, there it is. ECU pin diagram. So it has the automatic here with this extra C connector, and then you have the SXE10, that's the Altezza. Then you have manual transmission here, and it doesn't have it, and so this is the one I'm going to use. And these connectors here, some ECUs don't come with it. I think the E connector, a lot of them don't come with that, and so people were stressed out, but coming to the rescue again, the Beams 3SGE group, they had a couple of posts. See this post right here? This one said, hey guys, I need these plugs for my swap ASAP. And they say, Subaru WRXs use the same plugs as well as a ton of 2000, 2004 Toyotas, pull a bunch from Camrys. And that was the general consensus. A lot of them, they say just go to the Camrys and Corollas over 2000. 99 won't have it, 2000 will have it. And so that's where you're going to be getting those plugs. And you'll need those because those are your pinouts that I think they go back to all of your OBD connectors and all that stuff. So that's something really important to know too, that they come from 2000 and up to 2004 Toyotas, Camrys. There's a bunch of Camrys at the junk. So next time I go, I'm gonna go pull a bunch just in case. And so after that, we have all the wiring, and then Trilix issues. He has this side. It looks kind of bland, but actually, if you look at it, it tells you everything you need to do. Say, let's begin, check pinouts, and it tells you all this other stuff, and it gives you exactly how to wire it up. And it says power to these ones, the 10, the 16, and the 8. That will run your, and then you ground number 1 on the E connector. And he said to make sure to not put power to that, so you'll probably destroy your ECU. But this is what they're saying: you just power this one, the 16 and the 8, and you basically have your car running. Not like perfectly, but you'll have it. The ignition switch should be relayed to ignition key switch source along with the coils and injectors and MAF sensor. The injector and coil wires are found on the left over junction clips. Refer to ECU pin printout, which was this. Yep, and then you will need to ohm out the wires because they say that what is it here? Ignition coils are black and white, and injectors are black and white. So you're gonna have to ohm out, like connect from the front of the wire to the injector plug, and to make sure you're getting the right ones, because you don't want to mess that up. Here's the other information. E8, 16, and A6 is direct battery fuse. E10 is relayed power. Battery is E1. Battery E1 is ground. He used that, and he tells you a bunch of other stuff that you need to do to be able to fit it. And then what is it? The other side, this side, Beams 3SGE, is they all go through it over and over again. But I bought the full kit from Excessive already, so it tells you everything here on the pin post. Look for the pin post, and you expand it, and it tells you basically everything over again. Engine mount, trans mount, trim some webbing off the sump, possible cross member spacer. I'm going to do that. Drive shaft, exhaust, intake, radiator, shifter, FPR, modify Altezza fuel system to have a return, or get a fuel pressure regulator that runs the return from it inside of the rail. Here are some FAQs. Can I run ITVs? Yes. I need standalone. These are part numbers right here. And then I was like wondering what I would do for radiator hoses, and these guys had the exact topic here. Napa hose that fit perfectly, Garrett Bancroft, and this is the part number right here. Let's click on that. 7745. So I looked it up online, and you see the curvature of that. It goes like yoink like that, and it comes back this way. And then you look it up, and then they actually have that same exact hose, but it's a different part number because it's a different company. But this one's Gates 21033. But Gates, if sold at Napa, would probably be that other part number. So I'm actually gonna buy this hose right here because it's 13 bucks. And if you go to Napa, this hose is only 20 bucks, but save money wherever you can. And then the top hose, this is the bottom hose for a radiator, a beams coil radiator swap radiator or whatever, where it has the outlets on the right hand side, facing the engine. And they say a Mini Cooper. Let's see, that's the top one. Let's see. One of the first of the newer minis that had the S that fits perfectly. So this is it right here, and then they give you a part number in here as well. It looks like a ridiculous number right there. You see that? That is a ridiculous number. Found it, Jonathan Hogstrom. Part number for this is 171214755563. All right, sorry for the interruption. And then what was the other post? Oh yeah, within here, Lou Malave. He is a G, and he has a bunch of information in here that is amazing. So let me go through that with you guys so you guys can look at that. And this is exactly what I'm using. He says this is how to install the OBD2 port to your car and hook it up to your ECU so that it runs correctly. So OBD2 port install using the Torque app. Here are the parts. Here are the pins you need off the OBD2 port plug itself. Pins 4, 7, 9, 13, and 16. Pins off the OBD2 port to ECU pins. Pin 4 is ground, and then 7 goes to pin the E11 on the ECU. 9 goes to pin D26 on ECU. 13 goes to pin D24 on ECU. 16 goes to pin E16 or E8 B+. I'm not sure if that's a either or both. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's probably either of them. Whatever your ECU is, because I remember seeing something that Lou said that ECUs kind of change a little bit, but I'm not sure. So then he bought this OBD2 scanner, which is this VPAC Mini Bluetooth right here. Let's see. There it is right there. I already looked. VPAC Mini Bluetooth, and what it does is it connects directly to your OBD2 port, and then you can just like connect to it whenever you need to via your smartphone. And then this right here is a port that he's the one, he got this port, and he's using this one right here. So all of this is on that website. I'm actually gonna try to go and get a Toyota one and see if I can get Toyota wiring with it. Maybe it'll match up. I'm not looking at the colors. I'm not looking at the exact connections, but I just just like maybe the Toyota one would have like mountain points or something. This one just seems like it kind of dangles, which is fine. You can just like mount it somewhere, but I don't know. And then just download the app, and then he gives you exactly what to type in, which is amazing. And he has a video of himself doing it, and it's amazing. He's a gangsta, gets it done. And so that, all of that, and then picking up that, and then I think that's it. I mean, these are all of the things that I've been looking at, and everything that I see is pointing to my my doing it myself. And I see on this side, I see on this group that some say that it's not good if you wire it yourself. You can only go standalone. And some say, man, I have no issues just wiring it up and then driving it fine. Stock ECU runs it fine. And I think that unless you want to modify the engine, stock ECU is going to be perfect for it. So I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm not planning to go individual throttle bodies. Not planning to do anything crazy like cams or anything like that. So I just want to get it running and driving and daily drive it. What I do want to do is extend the ECU into the engine bay, reverse it a little bit, and have it sit in the OEM position. But if not, then we'll work around that. A lot of people have it in the engine bay. It's fine. Alright guys, thanks for watching this boring long video. And like, subscribe, and I hope this information is good, because man, it took me a long time. Oh yeah, let me show you what I did too. So I took his information. Shout out to Lou. I will never take his credit for his work. And I took an image of a OBD2 and that same one, and then I just routed it myself, like on the computer here, so I can actually visually see it. And that's just what I'm doing. I'm gonna put it all together. I'm gonna create like a little how-to, and if it looks good, I'll just give it to you guys and have it available on my for whoever wants it. So that's my little project for now. Just record everything, put everything together in a way that if anybody asks, I can like hook them up and like, you know, have them do it themselves without any problem. Alright guys, like, subscribe, tell your homies. I appreciate you guys.